today I wanted to basically fill up this Peg Awl Tilda painter's palette, which I got with money gifted to me from my dad for my Christmas present. I nearly said birthday, but that's something else coming. So we have 6 pans, and I want to make sure that I'm putting watercolors in here that aren't already in another small palette. Let me get those for you. Okay, so these are like my tiny palettes, and they work. So this one is the smallest, and this has been lovely. It's a nice little one to throw in a pocket, so it worked. Then we have my Etcher Lab. If you saw my regrets of 2023 purchases, technically I bought this in 2022, but in my defense I bought it in, like, you know, I was not really thinking much that year because it was the year we lost my mum, and I bought it in the beginning of the 2022, and I haven't really used it much. I did put it beside my bed for a bit. Again, I haven't used it up there. I should take it up, but so this one's kind of like, I need to be more proactive with this one, but I'm just gonna let that be for now. Then we have this set, which is like my mixing set. So we've got the yellows, we've got some reds, we've got some blues, and then we've got some greens, and my buff titanium. This one's topaz actually, and this is Aztec gold from Daniel Smith. This is mostly Daniel Smith stuff, so I want to kind of move away from having only Daniel Smith in a small pan, because this one also has a lot of Daniel Smith in it. Then I'm going to show it to you on here because it's really hard to get this off now. This is my go-to palette. This is what I do stuff with quite a lot, and again we have quite a lot of Daniel Smith in here. I think they're all Daniel Smith. Let me get, so that's this palette. So we've got the Winsor Newton is the only white, sorry, the white is the only Winsor Newton. Everything else, like this, I think was Rose of Ultramarine, Daniel Smith, which is Daniel Smith, Daniel Smith. They're all Daniel Smith. And then the mixing palette, you can see Daniel Smith, Daniel Smith, Daniel Smith. This is Undersea Green, Green Apatite, and this one is Serpentine Genuine, I think, or vice versa. That might be Apatite and Serpentine Genuine. Anyway, basically all Daniel Smiths. So what I'd like to do is figure out the 6 colors that I would like to use in this palette. I want them to be colors that I get excited to use throughout the year. I want them to be, sorry, I realized it would be helpful to have this with me. I want them to be 6 colors that I will use throughout the year, spring through summer, through autumn, through winter. I don't want to have to be like, oh, I wish I didn't put that color in halfway through the year. One color I do know I want in there is the Undersea Green by Daniel Smith. I showed this in a previous video. I know that I have it here. I know that I have it in my Winsor, my large Daniel Smith palette, but I don't have it. You see, this was Green Apatite, so I don't have it in this one. I just have it in here, and I don't take this palette out so much. This is more kind of like having mixing colors to hand kind of palette when I'm at home, without the overwhelm of like if you look at my Daniel Smith palette, it's vast. My Winsor Newton palette, my Roman Schmoll down at the bottom. Kuretake we can disregard because I'm not, you know, those are pans. Actually, we can disregard the Roman Schmoll as well because those are pans as well. But these are my Schminkies, these are my Isero, and everything else I have in tube form. So it might be that we think, okay, well, I really like Misty Morning Roman Schmoll. Do I have that? Something comparable in a different brand, and the nearest might be Amethyst Genuine, but it doesn't have the blue. I've got Rose of Ultramarine up here, so I don't really, I think that was Rose of Ultramarine. That might be Queen Magenta from Schminky. Queen Violet, sorry. I think that might actually be Queen Violet. So we could put Rose of Ultramarine in, because that's definitely Queen Violet. Okay, see, so I'm going to do some pondering. I'm going to select my, the short list, and then we'll swatch those out. So I found out the color chart that I did for the tiny wooden palette. And actually, we've got a few non-Daniel Smiths in here. We've got 2 Schminkies, a Rembrandt, and a Winsor Newton. So that's good because it's helping me streamline ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out a couple. I really like Perylene Maroon, the Winsor Newton, which is this one. So I'm going to find out the similar versions. I want to do some mixes and just make sure that I'm putting the right colors in. I think I have selected things to basically 6 colors. We have a red, we have a yellow, we have the green. This is like a given. We're going to have this no matter what. We definitely are going to have buff titanium, and I've got the Daniel Smith one in most palettes, so I'm going to use some Rembrandt. So these are given, so that's 2. I really like deep sea green, but it's possible we could leave it out. I've selected 3 blues we're going to experiment with to see which of these might work with the undersea green to give that kind of deep sea green vibe. The yellow with a blue will obviously provide options, and then I'm wanting to include quinacridone sienna from Daniel Smith just because I don't have it in any palette yet. Ideally I'd have it with an indigo, but I can't fit indigo in as well. And we do actually have indigo here with a transparent red oxide, which is kind of similar, so it's fine. We don't need to have indigo, but I'm going to switch these out with you now so that you can see what my thinking is. You are getting a sneak peek because it was my birthday on Saturday and we went to the art store and I found this gorgeous small A5 version of the Royal Talons with the white paper, and I've been using it. So we're going to swatch out in here because this is the one that I'm more likely to use out and about. I thought I'd take a moment to just show you the crazy setup that we have here. Coffee, water, probably should be clean water, and all the swatch. This is why it's important to actually do swatching. I know a lot of people are like, oh, swatching, but I wouldn't know a lot of what I know. Not that I know a lot, but what I know I wouldn't know as much of if I hadn't done swatching. So it's really important to do that. And we're going to do some experiments here to see what works. And to keep it real, I have changed my water, so you can't sit there and think, oh my gosh, she did change her water. Oh, now I need to try and get to my brushes. I actually rearranged my room over the holidays and to make it a bit less arty cluttered because I've got loads of important stuff to get on with, and unfortunately everything has made its way back onto my desk, and that's because of the accident of my niece last week, which was, we're lucky she's still with us. And seriously folks, like you may or may not know this, but art is really good at times of like trauma. I didn't know quite what to do with myself being here in a different country, and being creative really helped. So first of all, we want undersea green. I have that in a palette. Here's one I prepared earlier, or didn't actually, rather than get the, I should get the spray bottle. Anyway, so that is going to be Hooker's Serpentine Genuine Update. It should be this one, undersea green. You ready? I love this color. Now this book is renowned for not holding much in the way of water. The sketchbook, I mean. Look at that. Urgh. And I like that as a colour. So how do we want to try mixing? I mean, that one's just going to go in anyway. I wanted to test with the blues. So let's do the blues first. We've got Mayan Blue Genuine. That's also in here. That is right next to this one here because I only put a dot in there. Mayan Blue Genuine. And then if we get a bit of Mayan Blue and we'll mix it with this. And this is Undersea Green and Mayan. Clearly not enough. Undersea Green. Did I just put the wrong one? Oh, you silly girl. I'm putting more Mayan. Oh, Evie. Right. Let's see what happens to that. And then, because I want to try and create a deep sea green. So, hang on. I'm going to go Mayan and Undersea Green. Let's get the, we'll need the tiny palette. And it's that tiny little dot there, which doesn't actually re-wet really nicely. Okay, so then here we'll put deep sea green. So now that we know that, I really like this combination. That's with Mayan. So now we need to know what was next in line. We've got, let's do Verditer, which is another Daniel Smith, just to keep it. Oh, hang on, we also have that in here. Sorry, I'm not used to having too many things. That's this one, the tiny little one as well. You can tell, like when I first got my colours, like this is my yellow ochre filled to the gills, and then as time goes by and I get new paints, I just put a little bit in, so I'm not like, you know. So this is Verditer, and then we want Verditer here with Undersea Green, which is here. We need a bit more Verditer in that. Oh, look at that. Oh. So we put Verditer plus Undergreen. Then we have Manganese Hue. This is a Winsor Newton. I'm pretty sure it's that one there. Oh, that's quite right. And then Undersea Green. Ooh. Ooh. None of these look like deep sea green. See, isn't this a fun way to spend a Tuesday? I should have done this on the weekend, but as I already said, I spent the entire weekend making this for my niece. So I'm loving this. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Verditer and Undersea Green. Oh, love that. So this one was Mang Blue, Winsor Newton, plus Undersea Green. Okay, then we've got Cobalt Blue Schminky. Do it over here because it's going to be easier on a little knob. Okay, you ready? Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, we'll put a little bit in here. I'll grab some Undersea Green. Ooh. Look at that. Oh my nose. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's quite beautiful, isn't it? Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness me. Oh, I shouldn't have wiped away the leftovers. Let's put that there anyway, because we're going to need that to mix with some yellows if we decide on it. Then, so that one was cobalt blue light schme. Can you see that writing? Sorry, I just realised it wasn't on the screen. Sorry, folks. The last blue to test is the Issero. Now, I'm nervous about putting Isseros in the palette because they are made of honey. This one is in particular really, really oily, the cerulean, and I'm just concerned that they won't actually dry. But I didn't want to not include an Issero. But this one, probably not a good idea because it is so really, like I've just squeezed that out. Let me show you the oil that came out. I guess it's honey, rather, actually. Can you see that globule sitting there? It does that every time I use this one. So I don't know if it's a bad batch or some other reason, but we want undersea green. Oh, we need a bit of water because it is really... Ooh. Oh, look at that. So out of curiosity, because this is also really important, the undersea green from Schminky is made from, actually it's called deep sea green. It's PG18PB29. So let's write that down. So what have we got in here? Blue Mayan Genuine is just genuine Mayan blue pigment, which we know because it's a Primatech. Verditer, you might hear banging because my other half has decided to start moving right up there. PB28, PB36, PB4. That was this one. I really like that combination. Manganese Blue Hue Winsor Newton, PB15. Cobalt Blue Light Schminky. Oh, crikey, I can't find it. Ah, sorry, PB28 and Issero, PB35. So there, I guess it would make sense then to have either the Mayan Cobalt, was this one of your, no, this one's a combination Verditer, that's a combi. Manganese, PB15. So these are all single pigment, so it should really be one of those. So I'm not multi-messing up, I guess. But let's try these with yellows now. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is, let's also do the ones that we know we're definitely going to have. So the Titanium Buff, from Rembrandt. I'll just pop that over here, just a splodge of it. You can't really see it because it doesn't show up on the page, but we're going to whack a bunch here. Oh, that's coming out really gloopy and oily as well. And this is PW6 PBR7. So put some of that over here. See, give it a stir because it's a bit oily and weird. We'll put a blob there, a blob there, a blob there. We are going to mix in, okay, let's do the Mayan Blue Genuine first because we started with that, didn't we? This one. Oh, I liked this already. Oh, interesting. That makes it pretty. So that's this one. Part of me that's like, oh my god, you're wiping away this paint. It's okay. And then we wanted to do, I'm not really feeling the manganese. I'm feeling this, the Issero combination. I am feeling that. So let's ignore manganese and we'll do the cobalt blue. I'll take a blub of that. Ready? And then the last blue titanium, puff titanium, is the Issero. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Now let's check with the Twin Sienna because I love this colour and it's a really, really, really beautiful. I feel like I must have it in a pan somewhere because I have pumped a little bit of it out, but it's probably into the Daniel Smith and I probably didn't need to put some up, but anyway we have, so let's do that. So I'm going to put a dab here, dab here, dab here, and a dab here. I did not need to wash my brush because we can just go. Let's show you what it looks like neat. See, is that not just the most beautiful colour? I'm so excited by that colour. Then we're going to take, I think we're safe to get rid of the manganese. That's this one. I don't want manganese, so we're going to get rid of that. We'll bin that, and by that I mean we're just going to put it to one side. We're going to put a little bit of buff titanium in that one. We can see what that looks like. See, it just kind of makes it a bit more opaque. Then we're going to go with the cobalt blue light. Now I put blue there and I don't remember what it is. Was it Verditer or was it cobalt blue? I feel like it was cobalt blue. Let's do it. Get a little bit of that. Can you even see that? We're going to do that in this one. Ooh. Look at that. Like a dirty, because obviously orange and blue are complementaries. And then we're going to want the Mayan blue. This one here. Ready? Ooh. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's even dirtier. And what was the cerulean? I wiped the cerulean away and I shouldn't have done that. Bit of this one. Let's put it into that big blob. Oh, look at that. It's like a dirty grey browny greeniness. Okay, so this was plus buff titanium. This is plus cerulean blue. This is plus cobalt blue light. And this was plus Mayan. I'll have to revisit that and check. But isn't that, oh my gosh, this is really, really cool. Can you see that? Oh, I've done that thing where I moved. It's because my other half has gone to the office and he was like, ruh, 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 ruh. And I'm like, dude, I'm recording. Off you go. You don't need to tell me all the thing. Plus, I'm not sure which one was which. I'm not sure. I have to review that. So I just reviewed it and that was the cobalt blue light and this was the Mayan. So that's good. I think I'm going to get rid of Verditer. I really like this combination, but we're just going to get rid of that. We're going to make it go away. So we know that we're now down to the cerulean, the Mayan and the cobalt blue light from Schminky. So we know quinacridone sienna is a keeper. Okay, let's move on to the yellows. I'm going to have to turn my page over. Now, the one that I added after I'd already mentioned is Vermilion Light because I really like that Schminky colour. So our next job is to compare the yellows. Got a situation here that'll help. Clip it on the corner because I don't want it to get too can you see that? So let's look at the yellows and we've got, we'll do Isero first. Oh, it smells really strong, that one. Okay. Look at that. So that is the Isero Yellow Light. It's really vibrant. Then we've got Naples Yellow Daniel Smith. That's this one. I recognize that. Oh, I didn't. Did I tell you the pigments of the other ones? I think I did. Then we have Chrome Titanate Yellow, which is a Daniel Smith. That's this one. Ooh, see, 4 different yellows. So it's all going to be about the mixes. Then we have a Winsor Newton Queen Gold. And that's going to be next to my yellow ochre, this one here. So that's more like the Isero in terms of transparency. Let's do a bit of mixy. So, and then we'll go with the Isero first, the buff titanium. So that's like muted it down quite nicely. Then we want the Naples Yellow. So it's nice if you just want like a background layer of not too much. Then the Chrome Titanate Yellow. Oh, that's so pretty as well. And then the last one was the Quin. Oh, look at that. See, different kinds of yellows. Now we wipe those off. We're going to do them in the same order with undersea green, I guess. So here's my undersea green, this one here. First up, we've got Isero. Then we have Naples Yellow. Ooh. Then we have Chrome Titanate. Ooh. Then we have Queen Gold. Oh my days. Just going to take it off the edge there because I want to get another line of something. Oh my goodness. So this is plus buff. This is plus undersea green. And then, oh my gosh, isn't it exciting? I'm loving this. Okay, we need to test them with a blue. Let's wipe off those greens. Which blue do we feel like we're going to go for? Let's make a quick decision. This is Cobalt Light, Mayan, Cerulean. Mayan, Verditer, Cerulean, Cobalt. Oh, Cerulean's beautiful, isn't it? And Cobalt and Mayan. Let's go with Cerulean because I'm vibing with that right now. A Cerulean. Here it is. Blob, 4 blobs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't actually use cerulean blue for much of anything, so it would be good to include it. And I think it's a naturally granulating colour anyway, isn't it? So we want to mix it with, in order, Isero, that's up here. So these two combine well. They should do anyway because they're from the same. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that a pretty green? Then Naples Yellow. I think we can evict Naples Yellow. I think it's just a bit too wishy-washy in this situation. Titanate, Chrome Titanate. Oh, that's pretty though. Look at that. That's a pretty yellow. And then the last one is Queen Gold. I hope this is interesting for you. If not, then, wow, I've already recorded it and shared it, so. That's also very pretty. Did you see that? It was off the page. Sorry, folks. That's also very pretty. Okay, so at this point, I think we're going to evict Naples Yellow. That's the Daniel Smith one, so that's evicted. Oh my days. Plus Cerulean Blue. Okay, let's put some stars next to what we like. We're loving this. We're loving this one. With the undersea green, this one's really pretty. Can you see? This one's starting to look more like thingy green, green apatite, with the yellowy bits coming out. Whereas this, I think, is really pretty. That's the Isero. My handwriting is terrible because I've got nothing to lean on, so don't judge me. Okay, now let's look at the reds. We have fresh water because, you know, we need fresh water. So let's start off with the main colors. So we've got Vermilion Light. Should we put a blob up here? My Winsor & Newton palette is getting contaminated with the brands, but hey ho. Then we've got Quin Coral. Now that is Daniel Smith. That's going to be this one. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty as well. Love that colour. Then we have Perylene Maroon. That's in here. That's going to be next to my violet. This one, I think. Transparent orange. Windsor red. It is. Yeah, Perylene Maroon. Oh yeah, I love this colour. Very different reds, of course. And then the last one is, so again, Perylene Maroon, but the schminky version. Oh my goodness, look at that. Is that not just like, I might like that one more than I like the Winsor Newton one, because I imagine this one dumbed down with a bit of buff titanium is going to give us this effect. Oh my goodness. Right. Oh gosh. Right. So let me write those down quickly so we know what we're dealing with. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Let's do the first thing is with a bit of buff titanium. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go with the vermilion first. Put a blob of that there. Did I already do? Oh, I'm such a lemon. I already did that. Those don't have their own little pans. That's what I'm trying to think of. Sorry, folks. Right. Okay, that's pretty. That's vermilion with buff titanium. Next up we have Quin Coral. Pretty, but not quite as pretty, is it? Then we have Perylene Maroon Winsor Newton. That's this one. Yeah, I'm not vibing with that either. And then the Perylene Maroon from Schminky. Oh, guys, look at this. Oh, wowzers. Okay, plus buff. Oh my gosh, I'm like salivating over the yumminess of that. Look at that. Is that not just beautiful? Wow. So let's see what they look like with the, we've done undersea green throughout, so let's do that as well, because undersea green is an important role. This is going to be a really long video, folks. Sorry. I will try to edit as much of it out as I possibly can, but you should be aware that this is going to be a long one because I'm filming this on Tuesday. It goes live tomorrow. I only have so much time for editing. Right, we're back with the undersea green. This one here. You ready? So what I'm going to do is put a bit of undersea in each of the 4 blobs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in order, we have vermilion. Now, red and greens are opposites. So I put too much red in there. The red was too strong. Sorry. Let's try that one again. A bit more of the undersea. That's more like it. Red and green are complementary. They're opposite. So therefore you would expect a kind of like grey sludge. But, you know. Oh, look. Can you see it separating out? Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. And then we've got Quin Coral. That's over here. Here. And I think I've put too much. Now the problem with this paper is it does pill easily, so that's something to be mindful of. And Perylene Maroon over here. I don't think it's going to do much, the Winsor & Newton one. And then this one is the Schminky. Wow, that didn't need a lot at all. That's completely overpowered that bit of undersea green I put there. There we go. Oh my gosh. So plus undersea green. Then we'll do cerulean blue because I'm kind of liking my cerulean. Oh, we need to tidy out the things. 1 sec. You can see why they make color charts. That's probably a lot faster than the method I'm doing. Okay, so I've put some cerulean out into the 4 little widgets. Got to be careful how much red I put in because it completely overpowered the undersea green. We are going back to the Schminky. Oh, look at that pretty purpley color. Oh my goodness. Then we've got Quin Coral. Oh, pretty. Then Winsor & Newton Perylene Maroon. Oh, that's a kind of dark, moody, moon glowy. And then the Schminky Perylene. Okay, I put far too much. The Schminky one is really strong, really powerful. The cerulean. I'm gonna have to put some more of that in. Oh, look at that. Okay, in terms of favorites, look, this one is gorgeous, and this one is gorgeous, and this one is gorgeous. quite like this, but I like the fact that this has become like a kind of browny color, like a granulated brown. Oh my word. Plus brilliant. Now I'm gonna get clean water and we're gonna test it with the yellows. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be going with the Isero, so let's do Isero with all of these first. I think I already got Isero out and it's drying on this palette quite nicely, so I think we might be all right with it in the actual wooden palette. Another hair. First up we have got the, well, that's a bit wishy-washy. Is that just because I didn't put enough paint in, maybe? You see that? I mean, it's a very lovely pale orange. Then Queen Coral. Then Perylene Maroon, Winsor Newton. Oh no. No, we don't like that. And then the Schminky Perylene Maroon. What do we think, folks? Peek at this page. Oh, we should probably do a Quin Sienna with, we did it with the cobalts, the Mayans, the ceruleans. We did it with the blues. I'm really excited. Let's do the Quin Sienna with the Isero yellow. I'm kind of liking how this is separating now. The Quin Coral plus Isero. Can you see? I'm a sucker for a bit of granulation. But I'm feeling more like there's more benefit to the Isero yellow light. What have we not tested it with? Did it with the Industry Green. We like that. We like it with the Cerulean Blue. We liked it with the Vermilion. Okay, you see my brain's like whirring, but it's not whirring properly. We need to let that dry for a second. I think we can definitely get rid of Perylene Maroon Winsor Newton. We can definitely, definitely, she says. I think we need to test. So we know that our favorite yellow and blue combo at the moment is Isero with Cerulean, but we haven't done Mayan or Cobalt with the Isero yellow. So now I think we're going to do, this is becoming an extended color charting situation. I'm running out of space, mind. My pages aren't drying fast enough. Do I have another? We'll put that one there. And we'll put that one there. We'll just lightly pin it in place so the air can still circulate a bit. We're going to do more Isero yellow because I am leaning more towards this than the others. Okay, so I'll put a big blob of it there. Then what we'll do is we're going to mix. We're going to want a bit of this here. Then we're going to go, so we know we like it with cerulean, we know that, and we think we're going to have cerulean, so let's put a blob of cerulean back out here as well. Oh, look at that, look at that, see, isn't that just, oh, beautiful. Then we're going to do, oh, Mayan blue we've already got out. And then we've got Cobalt Blue Deep, which was down here. You heard that thump, that was my cat jumping off the window ledge upstairs. Plus cerulean, plus Mayan, plus Cob Blue Light. And excuse me for writing light down that I normally wouldn't, but speed. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Not so sure about that. So those are the blues. Then we're going to check the reds. Now we just got rid of a bunch of reds, didn't we? So let's see what it's like. We need another bit of a blob there. That is not Vermilion. That's the Perylene. Didn't we just do this to have it? Right, this is the Vermilion Light. Queen Coral. And then the Perylene Maroon. Touch, just a touch. Not overpower it. So this month is my acrylics month, and I watched a video on YouTube which was really helpful about understanding the strength, because obviously when you're mixing colors you think like, oh, you know, 50% this, 50% that, but actually you're mixing the strength. So obviously Perylene Maroon is a lot stronger than the Vermilion Light, so I need a dab of that. So this is my Isero Yellow Light. Let's also mix it with the Quin Sienna, which I've already got over here, this tiny one in the corner, and we just want a tiny bit of that to see what happens when we add yellow. Interesting. It looks similar to the Queen Coral Quin Sienna. Well, we might as well do it with Industry Green, so we've got the full page. Makes sense to do that, really, doesn't it? And then Buff Titanium, but we already know what that's going to look like. So those are the combinations with the Isero Yellow Light. We also think that we're going to stick with the Cerulean. This is good because this would be two Iseros. We're going to put a bit of the Cerulean Blue all the way along. Then we're going to add, well, let's do, because we'll want it for the, don't quite know what we want it for, but we're just going to do it anyway, because we have 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, potato, potato. Right, so let's start by mixing Cerulean Blue. Then we definitely know we're using, how did we do it? We did it with the yellows. We want to see it with the Quin Sienna. dirtify it a bit. Then we want to see it with the undersea green. Hi Missy, I'm in here. I think that might have been a bit too much undersea green. I know. And now I've put too much water on it. Let's do this. Start again. Oh, look at that texture. Oh, you see that? The waffle texture. I like that. I'm going to leave that like that and we'll start again with that one. So it was undersea green here with a bit more cerulean. I think I might have messed that up again, but hey ho. And then with buff titanium. This is cerulean. Oh, I do love this. This is also beautiful. So I think it's safe to say that we're going to get rid of Mayan Blue Genuine and Cobalt Blue as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmed. I think we're getting rid of these, both of these yellow. Wow. So we've got, oh, where's my buff titanium? Oh, I thought for a moment we had space for 2, but we don't. So we've got an undersea green, Isero yellow, light, cerulean blue, quin sienna, buff titanium. So we're going to get rid of both of these yellows, the goldy yellows. And then we have to decide on the red. Let's review where we're at. Just have to show this to you because I think, oh, I've made such a good decision. So here's the original Isero yellow light with the buff titanium. This is in its natural form, unmixed, okay? Here we have it with the undersea green and here we have it with the cerulean blue. They do look similar, but they also don't. So here's the Isero with the cerulean here, and here it is with the undersea green. And then when we start with the cerulean and we add the Isero yellow, can you see it's like, it's just a really nice versatile combination, I think. The Isero and the cerulean. Like this one has a bit more blue added, this one has a bit more yellow added, and it's just so beautiful. And then both of them with the undersea green work well. Both of them with the burnt sienna. Can't really see it here, it's just kind of like toned the burnt sienna. Sorry, quinacridone sienna. It's toned it down. Here it's doing like a really yummy grayish, muting, knocking each other back kind of thing. I'm loving the texture here. So we just need to decide on the red. In terms of reds, did I do any on this page? No, I think that page is probably dry now. So we've got, I'm really liking the vermilion, the buff titanium with the undersea green with the Isero yellow. There's something about the Perily maroon from Schminky that I'm liking. Do I ever use a red that dark? Probably not. So maybe what we'll do is, oh, but I also, the quin coral is quite lovely. That's a nice color. Let's have a look at the pigments. So quin coral is single pigment 209. Vermilion light is PR188. This has a 3-star light fast. The Perily maroon has a 4-star, and that is PR179. I am more drawn towards the vermilion light because it's a color that I don't really not used. It's a newish one from my Schminky set and I haven't really used my Schminkies. So let's do a comparison of the vermilion. Let's set these aside so that I don't have indecision, and let's, because that's so pretty. Let's see what we get with this. Also, I'm supposed to leave the building in 3 minutes, but that's clearly not happened. Put a blob of that there. Let's stop waffling and dab this out. How many do you think we need to just keep going? Right, this one's going to be neat. Like, how do we not love that? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, it's like I'm doing that whole like salivating over a delicious color. Right, we're going to add a bit of buff titanium, this one. Then we're going to add a bit of Isero yellow to the next one along. Then we're going to add a bit of cerulean blue, which is drying already, so that's a good sign. Oh, look at that. Oh my days. Then we're going to add some undersea green. See, that's almost a Perylene-esque kind of colour. Sorry, my mind went blank again. And then the quin sienna. And I think I just gave it a massive pop. So that's the buff, the Isero yellow, cerulean blue, undersea green, quin sienna. I think that's a really nice combination. Do you think? Like that makes me feel like all like warm and fuzzy inside. Do we try it with the, do you know, I think that's it. Let's do that. Let's do it. Now, I think I should put the ones that I think are less likely to set at the back, which would be the yellow. So this is Isero yellow light. I'm not going to overfill the pans just in case. So if they're like a blob, then they're more likely. Oh, or should we commit? Okay, let's commit. Oh my gosh, look at that amount. Then we're going to put in the cerulean blue, which is renowned for being really oily, but maybe now it won't be. Oh no, there's a massive amount of oil coming out in that one. Can you see it sitting on the surface? Let me get a pin and we'll mix it together. I think my cat has done something really disgusting and stinky, and I'm not impressed. That's probably why she came to talk to me. She's like, Evie, done something in my toilet. And I'm like, thank you. Okay, let's make this one flub down as well. I normally just let them do, but since we have a pin out and we're like, you know, doing it right. Okay. Then we should have the red, yellow, blue, red, right? Which is Vermilion Light Schminky. This is really good because it means I'll actually use these colours more. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. A bit longer than my normal ones. You get to see how my brain's thinking when it's oohing and ahhing over the colours. Then I think we should have the Quin Sienna because I'm more likely to go for this or the Vermilion. Like, let's keep the reds together, right? Not that Quin Sienna's a red, but it's an orangey, reddy colour. Quite frankly, just absolutely beautiful. This is my most recent Daniel Smith purchase, I think. Hang on, oh no, they were gouache. I got birthday money, of course, because it was my birthday. And people seem to think, oh, hang on, she's into art, let's give her birthday money now. So I ordered a few things. I also got arty things for birthday. So one of them was a book binding, like a book on how to book bind and some book binding supplies. So I'm going to share that, but it'll probably be in March time. Then I feel like we should have the undersea green. I'm not going to attempt to get anything out of that. Let's just go straight in with a new one. I mean, I will use that up. Don't be afraid that I'm going to throw it away. I won't. It's just going to be easier for video purposes to squeeze this one out. I probably went crazier with the yellow. I wonder why I did that. So that's undersea green. And then the last one is buff titanium. And this one's going to need a bit of a squidge because it's a bit oily. And that's a Rembrandt. Give that one a little bit of a... Isn't it just like lovely? Look at all the colours. Right, my friends, that is my Tilda Painters palette filled up. Aren't you excited? Yeah, there they are. I will report back to let you know how I get on. The cerulean's really... You see that moving? And the titanium buff. So hopefully they really dry out. I'm going to leave them open. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry it was so long, but hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, then, well, sorry. But not sorry. I had fun. Do give the video a like if you made it this far. I'd be surprised if anyone did, but I'll know based upon how many likes I guess. Leave a comment telling me which of these colours is your favourite, or would you have switched something else in that I swatched out first? I'd be interested to hear what you might have done differently. And in the meantime, I will see you with my next video probably on Saturday. I know it's on Saturday because I've already recorded and scheduled it. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.